Joining me is Bjorn Speed of the band Soilwork. They're soon to be celebrating their 20th anniversary, and they are currently working on their 10th studio album. They are also releasing their first live ED, live in the heart of Helsinki on March 10th. Bjorn, welcome to the show. How are we?
Pretty good, thank you. Good being on the show.
Yeah, it's good.
Thanks
Good.
for having me.
You're very, very welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Now, I've had a little look at the DVD. It looks really good, and it's sort of the perfect time to release a live DVD because you've well-established band. You've had plenty of classic songs. Why now? Why sort of this year, last year did you decide to do it?
Well, I mean, it's definitely been taking some time. Our first album came out in 1998, so it's been a long time coming, and there's been talks about it before. There's been loose plans, and it never really happened. And in a way, I guess I'm glad we waited, or that it didn't happen before, because now we have The Living Infinite, our double album, out as well. And I think those songs on that album deserve to be considered as well. Plus, I think we sound a lot better, and we're more fun acts to watch as well. So I
Awesome.
think it's a good summary of our career as well. As you mentioned before, this is going to be the 10th album that we're recording right now. So there's 9 albums represented in the system. So,
Yeah. So how did you go about choosing all those songs? I understand every single album's represented. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that was obviously really tough. To find a good set list and a good mix, and you can't make everyone happy, I guess. But there's always going to be songs that fans like, why didn't you play this, and why is that not in there? But it's kind of hard to please everyone, I guess. But we wanted it to be about Living Infinite as well, because we're still touring for that album. But we also wanted to get a little bit of nostalgia in there as well, and it was really important to have each and every album represented as well, for sure. But I think we found a pretty good mix, and looking back, performing 23 songs, it's not easy, man. It was pretty crazy.
Excellent. Now, you've been performing for years and years and years, but so was there any did you feel any pressure sort of being on camera?
Yeah, since we haven't really done it before like that. I mean, the show was filmed with 12 cameras, and I was pretty nervous, before entering stage. And when you came up there, it felt kind of weird. You saw all those cameras there, and it was kind of hard to focus on the crowd. But I only took a song, and then I could start focusing on the music and the crowd, and it felt like a normal show, like slightly more celebratory in that sense, I guess, because it was a pretty big night.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a great show, and it felt like just a normal show after a song or two. So.
Nice. Now, it was filmed in Helsinki, Finland. How did you choose that you were going to film it there?
Well, I mean, it usually starts with some kind of offer, from a promoter or through the management, and it's not really us sitting down with a map, throwing out darts, where are we going to record the DVD? But it felt like a perfect spot for us. It's pretty close to home, just across the water, and I would say that we have a very loyal fan base in Finland as well, and they picked up at a very early stage in our career as well. And we came over pretty early and did a lot of festivals, not only metal ones, also mainstream festivals. And venues are pretty packed when we get there. I guess it was a safe bet in that sense, but we do love the Finnish crowd, and it's always a great time. So, I mean, it might be somewhere else next time, but right now it felt like the perfect spot.
Yeah, definitely. Now, as you mentioned, you're currently working on 10th album. How is that proceeding along?
Doing really good. We're recording rhythm guitars right now, and I'll start singing in a matter of weeks, I guess. So that's going to be really exciting, and it's shaping up to be a pretty extreme album. I mean, it's definitely picking up where we left with The Living Infinite, but I think it's slightly more fast-paced, but also very atmospheric and also very melodic.
It sounds like very exciting. Now, is going to be a single this time?
I assume there will. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really decided. It's still shaping up, and I mean, it's going to be mixed. I think in late April or something like that, and we'll be out after summer. But I'm sure there's going to be some kind of finish for that as well.
Mm. Is it going to be a double-sided album or a single-sided album?
No, it's going to be one of those normal albums. So no doubles or triples. Like that. We're going back to basics.
Now, for those who don't know, your last album was a double album, The Living Infinite. How does it feel making a single this time? Is it relieving or limiting?
Both, I would say. You know, we were kind of hooked on making a double album, but then again, we didn't want to push our luck, because it turned out so great. And but I got to tell you, going back to just making like a normal album felt kind of boring at first. Like, oh, this is kind of just making 11, 12 songs. That's easy, but it's not. In the end, because you have a double album, you can kind of go pretty diverse with the songwriting. You can have like kind of softer songs and like really full-on fast-paced metal songs. And now it's kind of hard to pack everything into a regular album in a sense. So it will be a slightly different feel to it, I guess, but it's also very very interesting to kind of go back to doing that.
Of course. Now, I read that you offered some vocal workshops in a tour you did a few years back. What sort of prompted that?
Well, I mean, I felt that being on tour, sometimes there's a lot of time in the afternoon when you don't do anything, and I felt like, oh, well, instead of sitting around, maybe it would be good if I can line up some vocal coaching as well. Obviously, you make a little bit of money on the side as well, which is good. I'm not going to lie about that. But it's also a very nice way of spending some time in the afternoon, getting to know the local talent for sure, and the local coaches. It's really interesting as well to meet people like that. And obviously, it's kind of people do get pretty nervous, and I get nervous too. But it's kind of a cool way of meeting people and do things together.
Awesome. Any good talents you found?
Yeah, there's definitely been a bunch. For example, a couple of years back, I met with Nathan Biggs James, who's on the live DVD as well from Sonic Syndicate. I did some vocal coaching with him back in 2006 when he was just starting out, and I was really impressed by his vocals, and I knew he was going to go pretty far. And then a couple of years down the line, he joined Sonic Syndicate and moved to Sweden. So that's pretty cool how that turned out.
Must make you feel quite proud, actually.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely a good friend of mine and a great singer.
Awesome. Now, you toured Australia back in 2013 for the Living Infinite. Are there any plans to tour after the release of the 10th album?
For sure. I mean, I don't really have anything confirmed, but I would think that's one of the most important things for us as well to come to Australia, because it's always a great time and pretty packed houses. So hopefully by the very end of the year or beginning of next, I would think.
Awesome. Do you have any idea when the next album's going to be released, or is it that sort of waiting to be confirmed?
I think sometime after the summer, around October, I would think.
Awesome, I can't wait. So Soilwork are releasing their live DVD, Live in the Heart of Helsinki, on March 10th. Keep an eye out for the 10th studio album later in the year. I'm sure news will start to flow out at some stage. Bjorn, thank you for joining me so much.
Thank you so much. Very nice talking to you.